Hey man, welcome to Hiking with Kevin. I'm Kevin, and I'm very excited about the hike today. What? Too enthusiastic? Too over the top? Too big? I hate it when people are really enthusiastic because they want you to be enthusiastic too. Or they want you to be happy. You know, hey man, where's your smile? Come on, show me your smile. There's my smile. Does that make you happy that I have a smile on now? Is that what you wanted? As long as you're happy. For some reason, I always match the enthusiasm of the person that's greeting me. I don't know why it is, but they'll come up, they'll say, hey man, how's it going? I'll say, good, it's going good. How are you? Or just the opposite too, if they're very low key. Hey man, how's it going? I say, good, how are you doing? But I will tell you something, I'm very enthusiastic about this hike this morning. It's gonna be amazing. So come on, let's get it. Come on, get your shoes. Let's go hiking. This morning I'll be huffing and puffing alongside a fellow comedian. He has an accent from very far away because he's from Sydney, Australia. I always admire comics that can become successful in the US from another country because it's just so foreign to them, I would think. There's such a cultural divide, and I've performed in other countries before, and I've always felt a little insecure. Would they get me? Will they understand the references? You know, will they get angry at me? I don't know what language that is or country, but that's my fear right there. Well, today, hiking with us is someone who became very successful here in the US. He has several Netflix specials out a couple years ago. Freedom, more recently, The Unusual Punishment Tour. And currently you can see him in his very funny weekly Comedy Central series, The Jim Jefferies Show. Joining us today is the very talented Mr. Jim Jefferies. So when you come to the US or another country, because you perform in a lot of countries, stand-up comedy, are you at all nervous about whether they're going to understand you or get your references?
No,
like
I think maybe 15 years ago, even 20 years ago, it was a bit harder. But I think now, you say the word shag, everyone's seen Austin Powers.
When you're talking fast, do you hear people say this a lot? What? Excuse me?
Well, I do get, I'm often drunk on stage, but...
Are you really?
Often.
You're not drunk now, are you?
No, I'm not drunk right now.
Okay.
I get blamed for being drunk all the time. Now, I've probably perpetuated that whole thing by being drunk some of the time. But it's like, my last couple of specials, I didn't have a single drink, and people always write in the comments, oh, he's so drunk. And I'm not being let into bars because of this accent.
Really?
Yeah, they go, you've had too much to drink. And I go, no, I've just come out, I just drove here. And they're like, you seem wasted, mate. I had one show recently where I was wasted. It was at the end of my tour in Britain in January. But the show, I remember being really good. And it was the last show of the tour. We'd done this big tour. I'd been fighting with the girl I was dating. So I was having a rough day. And then I think I did like 2 hours. I think I was only wasted for the last 20 minutes. People were bringing me up shots.
Yeah.
But then some people did ask for their money back, going, I didn't pay to see a drunk person perform, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, you didn't for the first hour and a half. That's the contract that I gave you.
You didn't read the fine
print. The last half hour was me dicking around. There wasn't any more material. I've done it all. That's like being angry at a movie because of the DVD extra features.
You play a lot of comedy festivals.
Yeah.
I mean, Edinburgh, you do all of them.
Just about to do Clusterfest. That's a new one.
Nice.
Have you heard about Clusterfest?
It's like comedy clubs. They're creating new names, and
I think this one's run by Comedy Central. There's a used condom there. Yeah. I once was up on the top of the City Harbour Bridge. You can walk over the top of it, right?
Yeah.
And back in the day, before they had all the walks, people used to just fucking climb over the fence and do it drunk at night, right?
Right.
Anyway, they reckon they used to find condoms up there all the time. Now, who is the couple that is so unsafe they climb over barbed wire to get to the top of and then at the end is, whoa, put a condom on.
Yeah,
Safety.
Right. You were actually attacked at the Manchester Comedy Store.
Yeah.
One night.
Punched in the head, yeah.
Has that ever happened to you before?
2 other times when people have rushed the stage, but security's gotten them before they get to the stage.
What is it that you say that gets them so riled up?
It's not a conscious thing. We got to climb over a tree
man.
here.
Careful.
All right.
Did you like have a bit that somebody, or were they just drunk?
This guy, I was doing some jokes, some dirty jokes, and he was on a date. I don't think his date was enjoying it, and so I used a put down line that I've used many times, which sounds like an old line, but it's my line, which is, I'm going to leave you alone now. I put him down several times.
Yeah.
Last line, I'm going to leave you alone now, like your dad did, right?
Yeah.
And I wasn't even talking to this guy and his girlfriend. I was talking to another heckler. But
Is that typical for you, hecklers?
Yeah. But this guy was having a bad date, and then also he had some unresolved issues with his father. So he finished his drink, so it was like 3 minutes later. And then he just came up and lamped me.
Right on stage?
Yeah, he just ran up and punched me. And a lot of people say, oh, why didn't you defend yourself? And I'm like, I didn't know I was in a fight.
You got to know you're in a fight before you defend yourself.
Yeah, because normally a heckler will keep talking to you and the stakes will rise. Yeah. And you'll go, well, I might get ready for a fight here.
Yeah.
This guy, he came up, the last thing before he hits me, you can hear me go, oh mate, you're not allowed up here. Like I'm actually like, oh, you made a mistake, the bathrooms are over there, you know.
And so what happened? Did you continue with the act?
Yeah, I continued on with the act. The audience rushed the stage and tackled him.
Nice.
I went back to the dressing room.
Did you think the audience was coming up to join him?
No.
You?
No. They were, I just slithered away into the dressing room. And then I came back out, finished the set, and then I still had to do the Late Show. So I came onto the Late Show with a black eye and a great story.
You're doing the Jim Jefferies Show now. It's kind of a biting, edgy
10:30 is on Tuesday, show. Comedy Central, yeah. I know that one.
And before that you did sitcoms.
Yeah, I did a sitcom. I did a sitcom based on my life called Legit.
Right.
Which was just, was the equivalent of my Seinfeld where I played myself,
Good response for that one?
Look, critically, yes. And we got 2 seasons. We did 26 episodes, so I wouldn't call it a complete failure. And people who watched it loved it. It's Brad Pitt's favourite sitcom.
No way, really?
Brad Pitt's favourite sitcom.
Huh.
And
after Friends.
But so Brad Pitt's my weatherman on my TV show because he liked that sitcom so much.
Really?
Yeah, he's been my weatherman
amazing.
for 4 episodes. He comes
great.
on. He just anyway, so maybe there'll be a movie to wrap it all up one day, but who knows? But the problem I find with this new show, also look, I don't want to say anything that will get me in trouble in my life, but when you did a sitcom,
you don't want to get hit again.
Yeah, when you do a sitcom, there's always new pretty girls on set, and there's other actors to work with, and there's a collaborative type of thing, and you have people to eat with for lunch, and you have certain people that come in on a day, and there's you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now and people underneath the comments of the show would just go, "This is not funny," or "I really love this show." There'd be 2 options, and now it's just me. And
on a desk,
making
cultural jokes and political jokes,
being told that I'm a libetard cuck fuck my career's ruined. I used to be so good. I'll get done for people who go, oh, this show is just Trump bashing. So I try not to bash Trump on a regular, but he's very hard not to mention. And so you'll go a whole episode without mentioning him. And then they'll still go, they'll write and go, fucking just Trump bashing. I didn't mention him this time. And then sometimes you'll have to mention government policy, and then the only mention of him will be something like Donald Trump signed a bill that said, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, leave the president alone. You lost, get over it. It's like, just saying, my son, who's 5, has just got into Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah.
2 days ago, we watched Little Nicky.
Oh, yeah.
We did, because I thought that one because it had a goofy character in it. Little Nicky's a little bit more saucy than I remember.
Yeah, it is.
You just had tits on your head the whole film.
I did. I had breasts on my head. And Ronnie Dangerfield wanted to have sex on my head.
Yeah, that must have been fun. But yeah, Hank thought that was a good time, man with tits on his head.
Have you ever thought about getting a petition together to develop a little Australia town in Los Angeles?
Just a little bit down under the bottom.
Yeah. Because I see, you see Thai Town, Chinatown,
the
Little Italy.
The problem is, one of the big problems is that I don't want to particularly hang out with Australians. Because then New Zealanders will show up, And they're a pain in the ass. They'll ruin it for everyone.
You guys don't get along with the New Zealanders?
No, I don't mind New Zealanders. They're just they're our Canadians. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if you get like a heap of Canadians at a party and they're all like, ooh, okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Who's the most famous Australian athlete? Is it a tennis player?
Of all time, see, it depends. Like for Americans, so if you say most famous Australian athlete, there's probably a guy called Shane Warne, who's the greatest cricket bowler of all time, spin bowler of all time.
Yeah.
And so in India,
That's an exciting sport.
well, so it is. One day cricket's very exciting.
I know. One of those days it's going to be exciting. One of the 3 days.
5 days.
Which is the best? Is it 5 days?
Yeah.
If I'm going to see a cricket game, which day should I go on?
Oh, well, that's tricky because it might all end in 3, or you might want to go to 5 and see it all end. You know, it's tricky. The first day is not going to be the most exciting.
Okay. What's more exciting, watching a cricket game or watching a cricket?
Oh, geez, that's a trick. What's the cricket doing?
It's just sitting there rubbing its hands
Oh, it's
together.
a cricket then. I didn't know he was rubbing his hands together. I thought this was like a dead cricket.
No. This is an active, exciting cricket.
Oh, okay. No. Of course, that wins.
There's a book out called Tribe of Mentors, and it is 10 questions posed to very successful people, and they each, have their own answer for these questions.
Right.
So I thought I'd ask you a couple of those questions.
Well, I'm moderately successful. I don't know if I'm very successful for these questions.
Well, maybe they're not successful people, but they're prominent people.
All right.
You're right out front with that one.
I'm prominent. I got named on a TV show just recently, the 11th most famous Australian right now, on a TV show in Australia.
No way.
My parents lost their shit. Margot Robbie came in at 12th. Wow. Number 11.
You beat her.
And then there's like a basketball player in the NBA came in at 10, and then my parents turned the show off. So I don't even know what happened with the other 10. But I did beat Margot Robbie. So take that, Margot, in your Oscar nomination.
All right, the first question is, if you were going to have a billboard
Yeah.
on the side of the road,
Yeah.
what would you put on it?
And I'd do something about love, or, just I like John Lennon, just give peace a chance, or
Yeah.
war is over and stuff like that. I love simple things.
What do you like better, John Lennon's Give Peace a Chance or Ringo's Peace and Love?
Give peace a chance, John Lennon. Although peace and love. But
Yeah.
I own a very expensive jacket because of Ringo Star.
Tell me about that.
I was in John Vivardis, and there was a jacket for about $3.5 and it was made out of silver crocodile skin.
Yeah.
Right? It looked like a big mirror ball. It had a big popped up
From
Elvis.
a rare silver.
It was a numbered jacket. There's only 200 of them in the world. It's like number 56, right? I've never had a numbered on. And it had a great big collar that went up like Elvis. And I tried it on. I looked at my friend like, what the fuck is this thing? And then I hear in the background, you look fab in that jacket.
No way, was it him?
I turn around, it's Ringo Star. And I go, I do? And he goes, you should buy that. That would be a great item for you. And I'm like, and then he sort of walked me up to the counter like he was getting commission or something.
Did you think he was going to pay for it, maybe?
No, but if a Beatle tells you to buy something, like I was there with my credit card, like I'm getting this now. This is something I'm going to own. And so I don't wear it out, but I do.
What if he called you like every other day? How's the jacket feeling?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
I bet you look great in the jacket. I bet you people are giving you plenty of compliments.
Do you feel awkward when it comes to asking a girl out?
I am.
Dating?
I do now. I never used to as a teenager or in my early 20s, but now I do because, because when you ask a girl out in your 40s and you're mildly famous, most girls I meet, they're either at my shows or
Yeah.
So they come up to me and I'm already in ahead. I'm already in pole position there, right? But then
you don't have to work that hard.
But then the few times that I've gone to ask a girl out, I've realized that I'm not good looking, and that the only reason these other girls like me is because I was on TV, or they thought I had money, or whatever. And so now when I go ask out a girl, it's very hard for me not to just do the "Do you know who I am?" speech,
Yeah.
or just not act like a douchebag, not just go. Oh yeah, look, I could see you on Tuesday, but I film a TV show on Tuesdays. You know what I mean? So I feel more awkward and more of a fuckwit now when I ask girls out.
Yeah. Do you find it refreshing when a girl doesn't know who you are?
Yeah, but I would if they liked me, but I've never met a girl who doesn't know who I am who likes me. So that girl only likes you because you're a comedian.
Yeah.
And it's like, Well, that doesn't discount it.
No.
Especially if they're paid tickets to come and see me. Like, they really like me. They really think I'm funny. Isn't that the whole thing, that girls like funny guys? And
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Well,
So,
I think it's not fair for you to keep charging them to see you when
no,
you're dating.
no. Keep on making them come to other gigs to fill
Yeah.
out the crowd a bit.
You don't have to like be funny all the time.
No, as this podcast has proved, not all the time. Only downhill. Downhill, I'm very funny. Uphill, I'm a labouring man.
Here's another question from the book.
Right.
What advice would you give like a smart college student just graduating, going into the real world?
Oh, fuck me. Yeah,
That's good advice right there.
Yeah. It's more about the hours and the time than anything else. It's like, I look at all these.
Like time management?
Yeah, well, you got to put the time in and the work in. You got to have a 5-year plan or some type of plan where you want to be at a certain age or whatever, little goals to work towards.
What's your 5-year plan?
I've
Wanna continue
been
doing
thinking
your
about
show?
this. I might retire from stand-up in 5 years. Maybe.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's in your blood.
Yeah, I think so as well, but I feel like I don't want to go the other way. I don't want to go back to clubs. And I'd like to leave, you know, where I'm still got some, I don't know, credibility or some cachet or whatever the fucking word is.
And you don't want to get beat up again.
You know, in my old retirement, I just want to be like the drive time radio guy of Maui FM.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I can basically, just something to keep me busy for 2 hours a day.
Yeah. On the island.
Yeah. And also, the traffic's not going to be that bad. The traffic report's easy.
Yeah.
It's drive time Maui.
I've noticed that all of the international people recognize you.
I just got noticed by a Scottish guy over at the thing.
that's true.
Then
Yeah,
he
it's
noticed
cafe.
you second. He noticed you second. He did. He was like, "You're the guy with the tits on your head, and little Nicky." that was his reference
me.
point.
Yeah.
Like, I was thinking of bringing my son just to meet you if I had son, because he loved that movie so much that I thought he'd get a laugh out of it.
How horrible would that be if that's what I was known for, like, after I passed away?
It's going to be partly what you're known for. It won't be a big portion,
I hope not.
but it'll be at least 1%.
Oh, 2%, because it's 2 breasts.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Jim Jefferies. That's what it's like to hike alongside an Aussie. That was fun. Thank you, mate. All right, guys, thanks for joining me, and I hope you had fun. Come on, where's your smile? Come on. Hey, it's the smile I'm looking for. Please subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications, and we will catch you next time. Okay.